Oh, this is actually not my clinic, but it is a mock-up clinic of what it is like if someone renovates it like this in Nobel Healthcare Park when the KLWC is ready at the end of this year. I built what is now known as the Thomson Hospital in Kota Damansara. And over that period of time, before, during, and after, I actually had 20 years of experience dealing with foreign patients. And I get to know what foreign patients need and what's their wish list and the hardships that they face when they come here for medical treatment. So blending in all the experience over 20 years, I decided that if I can do something that would take care not just the medical needs, but also on the related medical needs, because if a patient comes here, it's not just about one problem. There will be associated problems, usually not necessarily on the patient himself or herself, but a family member that accompanies them. So we put this all together into an ecosystem that encompasses the entire spectrum from acute top medical care to healthcare, to more generally wellness and prevention, and even to fitness and rejuvenation. Put them all together. And hence, the concept and the vision of KLWC was born. Many people think that I have been pretty successful, not just as a doctor, but also in the corporate side of medical practice. So let me share my experience. After I have left the government or institutional practice, I started my own clinic. And the advantages of having your own clinic is that in addition to having a revenue from consultation fees and procedure fees, I also had revenue coming from medicine and from laboratory charges and from the ability to do small procedures within my clinic. However, there's one big issue. That is, my clinic is far away from the hospitals. And in most cities, there's traffic jam. And in Kuala Lumpur, it jams, especially when it rains. And for me to get from my clinic to the hospital, it can be a bit of an ordeal. And I got to juggle between my patients in my clinic and the patients in the hospital, in the A&E or in the labour ward. And patients don't like to wait too long, and sometimes in an emergency, it is not right for the doctors to arrive late. So I then came up with the concept that if I can build a centre which has got medical clinics inside that is right next, and I emphasize, right next to the hospital, then I can see my patients in the clinic and just pop over, perhaps through a link bridge, to see my patients in the hospital as well. This cuts down so much on time. And I only have 24 hours a day. I suppose everyone else is the same. So with a clinic right next to the hospital, this is the concept that would benefit not just the doctors, but would benefit their patients as well. More than that also, as a doctor works and establishes his reputation over the years, they build up a clientele, they build up a following, and patients still want to see them. But it reaches a stage where the doctor has got workload up to his neck and they need an assistant or they need a partner to come in so that they can provide even better services for their patients, and also where the legacy of that practice, especially the doctor has been very successful and has been able to treat the patients very well. You don't want to just one day kick to the bucket and your legacy goes down the drain. You want your legacy to continue. You want another doctor to join, the junior doctor perhaps, continue that legacy, continue to serve patients in the long-term period. And not just that, you can also have the flexibility to have corporate exercises. Example, the clinic can go to join with other establishments and go for a IPO or some other corporate exercises. Having a clinic next to the hospital just fulfills all the needs. Well, to own a clinic at the Nobel Healthcare Park costs a fraction of the cost in Singapore. I know in Singapore, in various places, in medical centers, in Novena, in Camden, in Orchard Road, and so on. Anything from 5,000-6,000 Sing per square foot to 10,000 Sing per square foot in Mount E, Novena. Here, it costs only like $500 or $600 Singapore dollars per square foot. So it is really very cheap here for now. But once the hospital is ready, we can expect that the value of these medical clinics would soar, just like what happened in Mount E, Novena, when it was launched at $3,299 per square foot, and today it's $10,000 per square foot. So it is actually quite cheap here. For Singapore doctors who may want to establish some presence here, maybe not themselves, maybe in partnership with a Malaysian doctor, or maybe they have a group of doctors in Singapore where one or two of them may want to come here to do sessions and so on. Well, there's such an opportunity because there are many specialist doctors in Singapore which has established a brand, and this brand can then be extended and can cross border to a prestigious medical city like KL Wellness City, where we expect to attract not just local patients but very much foreign patients, and where foreign patients who may look at Singapore and Kuala Lumpur, when in Kuala Lumpur they only pay like 30 to 33% of what it costs in Singapore, then the Singapore brand, if they have a presence in KL, is going to do very well. Well, Malaysia is well known as a popular spot for medical tourism. In fact, recent data shows that Malaysia receives more medical tourists than any other country. Surprise! We actually receive more medical tourists compared to even Thailand or some other countries that we think people go to. And KL Wellness City wants to provide what medical tourists look for. Compared to now, if medical tourists go to Malaysian hospitals, most of these hospitals are just hospitals. Whereas what we plan is not just hospitals, but very multidisciplinary, where every discipline is going to be found here, and patient can actually just stay within the premises and have all their medical needs met. And on top of that, all the healthcare needs, wellness needs, even fitness needs, and so on. So this one-stop medical tourism place that goes beyond just the immediate medical needs is something that we know medical tourists will look for. And by building exactly this, we believe that this will become a medical tourist destination of choice, not just in Malaysia, but regionally. There are two ways of getting here by plane, and one is to KL International Airport, KLIA2 and KLIA1, and also Subang Airport. In these three airports, they are about 40 minutes away from KL Wellness City. There are just so many flights. As for me, like when I go to Singapore, I often do a day trip. I go early in the morning, I do what I need to do, and I come back at night. The latest flight back from Singapore is 11 p.m. So patients can even do fly in, fly out on the same day. They can spend a night here if they need to, 2 days or whatever. So very convenient for patients who come here, especially if they use now, if they go Seletar Airport, they go to Subang. It's like walking to a bus station and then stopping in another bus station. It is that convenient.
Dr. Colin, that has been such an eye-opening tour. Can you share with us what are the next milestones for KL Wellness City in the coming year?
Well, in another couple of months, we're going to launch the bigger wellness suites. So these bigger wellness suites would be above the threshold that can be sold to foreigners. And the wellness suites actually are in the medical block. When they go down, they can straight away be attended to by doctors, and across the link bridge to the hospital itself. The entire Nobel Healthcare Park will be completed by the end of this year with a vacant possession. And the next milestone would be the launch of the hospital itself, which we expect it to be operational by about August, September next year.
Okay, I'm very excited to see all this roll out. One last question, Dr. Colin. Why should investors act now?
Well, it's very simple because we are still at a stage where the prices are relatively cheap, and we expect that once our hospital is operational, that the prices would increase significantly.
All right, thank you once again, Dato Dr. Colin, for sharing such an inspiring vision with us. I can see that KL Wellness City is definitely paving a new era for healthcare and wellness. So if you wish to learn more, make sure to check out their website and book a tour with the team. Thank you for watching.